we are here to promote a song called Majire, which will be hitting our YouTube channel soon, which is in the first week of January. So guys, please be looking forward to that song. It's on the official channel of AVAZ on YouTube. So Abhishek and I know each other for quite some time now. It's almost been 2 decades that we know each other. And Abhishek is the one who introduced me to Saroj, Vivek, Prashant. And we met at one of Prashant's house party. I know I was not invited to the party. It was their college union or college get-together. But somehow Abhishek ended up getting me there. So before we get into the conversation, let's quickly introduce ourselves.
Hi, this is Saroj and I'm the percussionist in the band.
Hi, this is Abhishek and I play guitar.
Oh, hi, it's Vivek and I play guitar, a finger style, and sometimes I play bass also because we don't have a bassist right now.
My name is Prashant and I don't know why we're being so formal, but I guess it's just the first couple of minutes that requires a bit of ice breaking.
Yeah.
But eventually we'll get a bit
One thing
comfortable.
Vivek missed, he's the main backing vocals.
Oh yeah, he is the main backing
king of
vocals
backing
of our
vocals.
band. We cannot forget that. Yeah, and also coming back to what Pratik said about the house party thing, I think that day Pratik had just recently come back from Bombay, right? Chennai. And the funny thing was that when we got introduced, I think I spoke to you in Hindi.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't want to remember.
And I think I had invited Abhishek, but Abhishek just told me on the phone that I have a friend and I just want him to come along.
Yeah.
Right?
I told him that you are coming, and he came from Chennai.
All right, and also I think before the whole thing started, like before the whole podcast thing we were doing, we were actually discussing which language should we communicate in, because the whole dilemma is that the song is in Hindi, okay, and all of us are Nepali by origin,
Nepali
obviously,
Yeah.
and so our demography, the listeners will probably obviously you'll have Nepali listeners, but the whole thing is it's a Hindi song, so the Hindi listener proportions will obviously be a little higher.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll be talking in English, maybe Nepali, a bit of here and
I
there.
think
If
it'll be
you
a
guys
mixture
want
of-
me to speak in Hindi, I can
Give us
a couple of lines.
Give us your Bhojpuri accent.
that is for a price. I'm not going to give that away.
So yeah, guys, as I was saying, I was introduced to them through a party at Prashant's home. So why don't you guys share with us, how did you guys become friends? I'm sure it's
Who'd
an
like to
interesting story.
Who would want to start? I think Vivek should start.
Yeah, I think
we all have
No,
different stories.
Yeah,
all
we
together.
all have different stories.
Yeah, so
I am a childhood friend of Prashant,
Mm.
and actually I studied in his father's school, and his
And my father owned a school, so
Yeah,
Mm.
his father and his mom, they were they owned a school, and I was a student in that school, and I think we were also in the same class. I guess we were in the same
No,
class,
I
right?
don't think we were. I think you were elder to me. Also, I think
he is.
I think
Indeed.
yeah.
But
I think
Prashant
just
looks way
for
older.
clarification, so that all the viewers and everybody who knows us, not personally, I am the youngest, I think, in the band.
Really?
I think I'm the youngest.
we have to check date of birth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you and Abhishek.
No, Abhishek, are you 94?
Come on, guys,
Yes.
let's not disclose our
Abhishek-
ages.
Yes,
Abhishek is the youngest. Then I'm not the oldest, so I should say that I should correct myself. Even though I seem that way, I am not the oldest in the band.
Okay.
I also think that, like Saurabh said, we are childhood friends. I think we have known each other
Yeah,
since
we
we
have
were
known each
kids. We were not friends, but we've known each other since we were kids. And I think my friendship with Saroj also started around the same time as Abhishek and Vivek, maybe a bit earlier, you know, when I was probably in my higher secondary, like 11, 12 and stuff like that. That time I became friends with Saroj.
Before that, Prashant hanged out with all wrong kind of people. Yeah, Saroj, please continue with your
I wouldn't
story.
call them wrong, but maybe uncool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as you
Saroj.
said, like we knew each other. Then when I was in class 9 or 8, I guess, then like that time, his cousin, he introduced, like he spoke about Prashant, that Prashant can sing really well, and actually we were jamming.
Which was not true.
I will come to that point. We were actually jamming in my house, along with his cousin. He was not in that jamming session, and he's like, I was playing guitar, and like there were no singer, so we said like, should we call someone? Is there anyone who can sing? Because I can play guitar, but I can't sing. Then his cousin suddenly said like, Prashant sings well, and I just asked him, have you heard him singing? And he said, yeah, he sings every time in the bathroom. And I said like, okay, let's call him. And that day he came and he joined, and we started singing. That time that movie was very famous,
Rock on.
Rock On was very famous.
I think
Me-
Saroj, I'm so sorry. I think Saroj should also emphasize what's the gaun the mo.
Okay, yeah. So like we started singing that song.
Just the answer.
त्यो song.
Not too
पिछले
far,
सात
not too
दिनों
far,
में.
not too far.
I started playing the riff of that song, पिछले 7 दिनों में, and he sang, and हाम्रो नेपालीमा चाहिँ त्यसलाई टपनामा मुतेको जस्तो भन्छ क्या. And he sang like that, and he was totally flat, and yes, that's how
With
our musical journey started भनौँ न है.
Bonding also started as friends.
And
Yeah.
that time we also we also planned everything, that how our name of
Yeah,
our
yeah.
band.
We had a band
who's
planned.
going to
The
be
name of
our
the band
bouncers.
Was?
was
United
okay.
Wings.
Just here for the first time, people will know the very first band that we thought, obviously we imagined, was supposed to be called Broken Wings. Okay, and now there's a movie coming,
Yeah.
Broken Wings.
It's already out.
already
It's
there.
already out.
Yeah,
So that was the whole
Shout-
scenario.
Shout out to Mr. Champagne_K.
Yes.
He's our local hero.
Yes.
I mean,
Director.
he's the director, but
Writer
he's
and
our
director,
local
I think.
hero.
Mm.
He has made a big Bollywood movie, multilingual. So shout out to Broken Wings. Please check it out.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we'll move on to Abhishek about your friendship story.
But he didn't.
Oh,
share,
is it?
Like, how did you meet us?
Oh yes.
How did Saroj meet the rest of
Vivek
them?
and-
Okay.
कस्तो बिर्सेको
त्यहाँबाट that's how our musical journey started. त्यहाँबाट I went to Chennai for a couple of years to do my education, and he joined Xavier's college,
Rajganj. I went to
Rajganj.
Rajganj, Xavier's.
Okay.
and he met them. He will tell the rest of the story. Then through him, I got to know Vivek and Abhishek.
Yeah. Is it that same Xavier's which also is in Pradhan Nagar, Gurung Basti area?
Yeah,
no?
they opened up a new branch there. It's probably for the BBA students because
okay.
they have like really early classes or something like that. So it's probably for them.
Okay. So we'll move on to Abhishek. How did you become friends with the band?
With Vivek, I'll start with Vivek because I met him first. So we used to go to the same college, and I met him in the bus, the local bus, which we used to travel every morning. And when I first met him, he came to me and shook my hand and said hi, and I felt very nice because
That sounds like a love story.
The beginning.
Yeah, the beginning of a love
And
story.
yeah.
Genesis.
that's how it started. Like we talked with each other, and I felt good because at that point of time I was going through
Okay.
my
A rough patch.
Yeah. And after that, he introduced me to Prashant, the rock star
Mm.
in the college, and yeah, that's how I knew him. But at that point of time, later I came to know that he didn't recognize me as
Yeah, this is the main point.
yeah.
Why don't
I
you
was-
share? Why don't you share with them like
I'm so broken,
how
you
we
know.
met them musically?
Deep inside,
My
deep
God.
inside, I'm so
this
broken.
this podcast is going to be a bashing.
Yeah, Prashant bashing
Prashant
and Abhishek
bashing.
healing.
So actually, he invited me, and I started hanging out with them.
Prashant place.
No,
No.
It
Vivek,
was in
Vivek.
college
cafeteria.
canteen. Yeah.
We had a group. Abhishek
So
was
they
not part
already
of
had
that
a group.
But
Actually,
Vivek
they
was.
already
Why don't someone tell that story? I want to hear.
they already had a group, and they used to hang out in the canteen. And I'm actually senior to them because I failed in my first year, and
Which
so-
happens with all geniuses.
yes, so at that time I met them, and they already had a group, and I used to spend my time alone those days. And I met these guys, and they were quite nice.
That is not what I was expecting to hear right now, but yeah.
Others, except
Prashant, why don't you tell
Prashant.
that story that like when you used to play guitar and he used to just sit and
Yeah,
watch.
Yeah,
Abhishek
I
was-
used to sit with them.
I'll elaborate
yeah,
eventually.
I'll sit with. I used to sit with them, and
No, just for a cross reference, guys, Abhishek is a deadly guitarist.
Yes,
Yes.
there's no doubt.
That's
There's no
what-
doubt about it. Let's get that
that's what I
straight.
would
Let's
like
get
to
that
add
straight.
on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I used to sit with them, and they used to have a guitar, and they used to sing, and I used to like listen to them, and sitting next to them, and we used to have tea, talk, and that way, like we used to spend time in the college. And later on, I got a call from a guy called Prashant again. And he called me, like there was some kind of a contest, band contest, and he called me.
Innovation.
Yeah, and he called me and said like, "Am I speaking to Abhishek? Yeah, bro, can you join us because we are looking for a guitarist, and would you,
You can say it in Nepali only. What exactly?
bro, bro, तिमी free छौ बजाउनु हामीसँग, interested छौ?" I said, "Yeah," because I was quite, I was not very comfortable in the beginning. अन्त उसले फोन गरेर, "ब्रो तिमी इन्ट्रेस्टेड छ भने भेटौँ न." भने अन्त कहाँ भेट्नु भने मैले, एन्ड हि सेड मेरै घरमा भेटौँ। अन्त ए हो, आऊ न, के गिटार छ तिम्रो? गिटार छ, आऊ कि हेरौँ न कतिको बजाउँछौ तिमीले भनेर भने क्या। एन्ड आई वाज लाइक रियली
Do
म
I
त
get to
तिमीसँगै
defend
बस्छु
that?
सधैँ।
No, you can't. You already ruined it. You can't defend it.
But I said okay, why not? Because I was also interested. And I went to his house, and they were all sitting like Indian Idol, judge.
Like
Who all
judge,
names?
Yeah,
right?
I was.
Names. Who were the
Yeah, I was
judges?
Who were they
I
were
think
Prashant, Vivek. I remember Prashant, Vivek.
Anish.
Not Anish.
Anish was
Akash
there?
was there.
Akash.
I think
Christina,
Christina, she was
Edrina.
also there.
Akash, again, just for clarification, Akash is a very close friend of ours, and he is also popularly known as Akash Xavier Rai, who is an artist, singer-songwriter, and we do a lot of songs together, right?
Yes.
So, please continue.
Yeah, and they saw me playing guitar, and then we had a nice talk.
And they were
And they really-
mesmerized.
I don't know,
I
about
was,
that, but-
I was,
Yeah, it
but
was
they
really
really liked it.
I was
That's how
not just mesmerized.
they
I
said-
was slightly
shamed us.
embarrassed.
That though I don't know.
Because I know before that only Abhishek had already done a lot of songs.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
had
yeah,
produced already couple of songs with Terence. I remember one which was on SoundCloud. Back in the days, SoundCloud was
Yeah,
a big
it-
thing.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
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 Abhishek was already pretty experienced,
Hmm.
and
He was a
the
seasoned
thing is, the
guitarist.
funny thing is, it was like I remember I saw Abhishek first time was during my college orientation. Like he said, he's our senior. So he performed with a female singer and he was playing the guitar. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, this guitarist is really good and I would like to, perform with this guitarist. And I always looked for that guitarist. Okay. The funny thing is, this is what they say in Hindi, Bagal mein chhora, shahar mein tindora. So he was always right there beside me. But because I used to think that the performer who performed is a senior, right? Because he was performing at our orientation. So it never crossed my mind that maybe Abhishek is that player. And when Vivek told me that, Abhishek, he plays the guitar, I was like, who Abhishek? And then he sits with us every day. And I'm like, who? I don't remember. And then I met him, and then that recollection started happening, and I started connecting the dots. I was like, oh yeah, we sit together every day. And then he played the guitar, and then I felt embarrassed because I remembered that there were a couple of times when I tried to play like John Mayer songs and difficult songs on the guitar. Just because I used to think that, Abhishek used to sit beside me and I used to play the guitar and I think, okay, maybe he's some guy who's enthusiastic about learning the guitar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of childishness in you, that you want to,
And
maybe
some
show off a
arrogance.
little bit. Yeah, you want to just
And
show.
some arrogance.
Maybe, probably, but I feel like there was a bit of that, silliness that,
Yeah.
oh, this guy wants to learn guitar. It was not, there was no devious intention behind it, but it was, I would say, harmless, childful thing to do. So I was just like, okay, maybe I'll play some difficult songs, and I struggled with them. Little did I know that he could not only play those songs, but he had been playing them for years, and like he was a far better guitarist musician than I was. So that was my embarrassing, I don't know, I should say in some way rendezvous or, the first acquaintance with Abhishek. And ever since then, I have tried to be as humble as I
Yeah.
can.
So let's,
Yeah, shall I?
yeah, please go on.
Yeah, that's how we met, and I remember Prashant, the singer-songwriter, with a lot of attitude. That's how the first impression was with Prashant. But later on, when I came to know him personally, but he's such a gentleman, and yeah, that's how
Thank
our
you for
friendship
saying
grew.
that. I am going to really elevate this situation in the post-production, in the edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Saroj, through Prashant, I came to know about Saroj, and he always used to praise and talk about Saroj. And
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy, not just as a musician, but also as a human being. He's such a nice guy. So that's how I came to know about Saroj through Prashant. And later when I met him, he was true.
It was
Thank
true.
you.
Yeah.
Prashant is an arrogant man, but not a liar.
No.
Yeah.
This
Not at all.
podcast, I'm going to name the podcast as Prashant's Arrogance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll move on to Vivek now.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So first, actually, we are from the yeah, we are from the same college. Like
Okay.
me, Prashant,
I
and
think we've
Abhishek.
established that by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Saroj is not. Saroj,
I'm from
I
different
think
college.
he studied Chennai, right?
I studied in Chennai.
So I was friend with Prashant. So we met in, I think, in Max Canteen, right? So
In a
there-
canteen, we met in a canteen.
Yeah. So there was a canteen in our college. So we met over there. So I think I was listening to one song. I don't know what song it was. So that time only he just asked me about the song, and we start to talk about the music, and that's how we met. It was very
Mhm.
casual. But actually, before meeting him, I met with his one of our friend that is Nitesh.
Okay.
So
Shout
through
out to
him-
Nitesh. Da.
yeah. through him I know him. So that was our first meeting, and after that we just
We bonded.
You and Nitesh were in the same class, right?
Yeah, they were in the same department.
Yes, we are from the same
And
department.
he was friends with you. And then he became friends with Nitesh, and he became friends with me. Then we became friends, and then
Yeah.
through me, Saroj
Yeah.
got into the picture.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's how I met with Prashant, and after that we did some of the shows in college also.
Mhm.
So there was
Hmm.
I think extravaganza, right?
Yeah, like an annual
extravagance,
fest.
yeah.
Annual fest.
It's annual feast. So we performed over there, and we used to we come to know each other.
Okay.
And after that, I met with, as you can hear from him only, heard from you only, that how we met in bus, right?
Yeah.
Such a romantic moment for us.
Yeah, it was good. And through Prashant, I come to know Saroj, and प्रशान्तले भन्ने गर्थ्यो द्याट सरोज चाहिँ अब प्रशान्तको गुरु हो भनेर होइन. सो हामी चाहिँ सबै नर्भस थियो
बाबा सरोज
सरोजको अगाडि कि अब सरोजले के अरे प्रशान्तले पुरा प्रेज गर्थ्यो. He talked a lot of praise about the.
So I guess they were scared because
Saroj.
they saw how arrogant I was. Maybe they thought that he's even more arrogant.
Yeah. So त्यसरी भेट्यो सरोजलाई, and he's a good guy, and we become very good friend. And now we have this band also, and me and Saroj have a different band
separate
also
band.
after that.
Yeah, we separate band too.
Side
Separate
hustle.
project.
Yeah, they have side hustles.
Side hustle.
Traitors.
Yeah.
They don't trust us.
Yeah, we are having a good experience. Yeah, it is wonderful. So that's how we met.
Yeah. I guess so far we've already established the friendship and how all of you met.
Yeah, but you have not, you're not giving me a chance to
Yeah.
justify
His side of the story.
Yeah, my side of the story.
You have something else to say?
Yeah, of course. I want to explain like
Come on.
why was I perceived the way I am perceived? Jokingly, I think Abhishek or Pratik, you said that before I met them, I had the wrong company, stuff like that. So like I said, I wouldn't consider them wrong, but they were very different, right? I grew up around non-Nepali people. So I had a certain way of talking. And the funny thing is about me that I sometimes think, which is not narcissistic at all, that I think about myself, but when I think about the way I communicate usually with friends and people I know, I realized that I put a lot of thought when I write songs.
Okay.
Like when I write songs, I put a lot of thought into the words that I use. But I don't put even like a quarter amount of thought into the words that I speak. Usually, the things that I say. I don't think how this will be taken or how this will be received. Maybe the person will get a bit hurt. I'm not very conscious of that. I'm very conscious of even that slight word that I write in one line. But I do not give the same, I would say, courtesy to my everyday language. So I think that was one of the big reasons that I came across the way I did to the boys. Right. So I think my first encounter with Vivek kind of started a lot of things for me. I was always interested in music, but I did not have any musical friends. Okay. Like you mentioned, wrong company. So when I met Abhishek and when I met Vivek, and I had high regards for Saroj because my first musical teacher was Saroj, and he taught me the very basics, right? So I used to always go around and tell everybody that Saroj is my guru. But I think that ever since I met the guys in college, our friendship grew, but there was a bit selfish bit in me, a selfish part in me that felt like there is a personal growth also happening with my friends.
Yeah.
So I guess the friendship started because of music, but I think I kind of held on to it because I always felt that I am learning, not just in terms of music, but in terms of life and as a person from the guys, right? So I guess that is how it was for me. So the thing is, when somebody is better than you, I'm not trying to, just praise the guys just like that, but sometimes when somebody is better than you, what happens is everything you do, even if it is not deliberate, it's a mistake. Like I might say something which Vivek and Abhishek and Saroj might feel, okay, he's rude about this. But because they know better how to communicate that is why they can see that I'm making that mistake. And I think it is because of that our friendship has stayed. That Vivek understands ki, oh, utestai chau. That is the way he says things. He does not take it to his heart, right? Vivek, Abhishek and Saroj, they share the same thing. So that is my justification of why it came to be the way it came to be.
Yeah, of course. We all have our bits in the story, so
Yes.
it's all good now that the band is together and you guys are friends. And we hope and we believe that this friendship will grow and keep growing as long as Prashant is cool and calm. Yeah.